back, and this time around we're talking about technology as a pivot for transformation in Nigeria. And the people we've got discussing this issue with us will include Mr. Collins Opara, who's sitting right beside me here, is the Secretary General of Federal University of Technology, Owerri alumni. Thank you very much. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
And then just extreme left, Mr. Bilan Duru, who's the Vice President of FUTO. And then, of course, we've got Mr. Andrew Ejayerise.
Yes, please.
Yes, I got that right.
Yeah, very good.
So it's great to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you.
When you look at technology as a pivot for transformation, a number of countries around the world, so they're looking at this and they're implementing it. They are well ahead, well advanced. I remember many years ago, I think it was pre-2000, when the government of the United Kingdom started talking about e-government and ensuring that every single government public service organization must have e-government agenda. Implication of it is, before you carry out any activity, you must make sure that service is available online through electronic means for the public. Where do you think we are at as far as usage of technology is concerned? I'll start with the president.
Yeah, okay. Like you rightly said, I'm Andrew Ejayerise. I'm the National President, FUTO Alumni. Let me take you back. And usually that's one of the misconceptions. When we say technology, often in time people think about computer e-learning. It goes beyond that. Technology actually starts from the people's skills itself. Okay, you really need to educate the people, let them have the right education to acquire the skills, and then they develop the mechanisms. You know, we are here right now in the studios. You have your computers, you have your camera. Those are technology enablers, but the people's skills is the most important. And then take you back to what Nigeria has been, and it looks like we are losing it. You go back in those days, right? We used to have technical colleges. And the question I asked you, where are those technical colleges today? We used to have polytechnics. What has happened to the polytechnics? And during the Shagari regime, they thought it wise to have Federal University of Technology. And that was when we came into being in 1981. Now, you go around this country, we talk about the art and crafts. Where are the mechanics? Where are the carpenters? Where are the tilers? If you walk into a new building, you can very easily see that things are not well done. Tiles are not well laid. You have a furniture piece in your hand, it's looking crooked. They do roads are not straight. So those basic middle level technical manpower, we have lost it. So we really need to go back to the basics. Today we are hearing about skills acquisition centers. What happens to the technical colleges where we used to have mechanics were trades, electrical people were trades, carpenters were trades, people that does furnitures and all sorts of that. And then we have the polytechnics, which is like an upgrade of that. But right now, we are not putting emphasis on that. Because you see all these people, if all you're doing is just cutting woods and nailing it together, and you don't have the knowledge, you're missing it. They should understand measurement, simple mathematics. You go to all these tailorings, it's not just about cut and nail. What I'm wearing was made in Nigeria, but there are some designs and ingenuity that goes into it. That's the technological knowledge. So the human technology is first of all important. We need to reform ourselves, make sure that we have the right technology. Of course, you can expand it into e-learning, you can expand it into roads, you can expand it. Go look at our roads. When they do it, the finishing of those jobs is very important. And that is where you can say the man that did the job A and the man that did the job B and the one that did the job C, what is the difference between those three categories of people? The finishing, how they apply those technologies is what makes the difference.
Okay, let me ask the Vice President, Mr. Duru. In terms of the training that you will say an institution of higher learning like FUTO is given to people like yourselves, what else should we be doing? Should we be looking at creating more replicas of FUTO, or should we be looking at another agenda?
Yeah, definitely. I think the essence of establishing the Federal Universities of Technology, we really benefited from it. Because while we were in school, the people like us in engineering and even other schools, the sciences, we had a first touch of when you talk about a late machine. I would say I had a feel of it. When you talk about welding, arc welding, all sorts of welding, I had a feel of it in the university. You talk about drilling machines, we had a feel of it. So it was one man to one machine, and we actually worked on them. And that actually benefited us when we came out.
So it's not all about what you saw in the books.
No, it was really a practical experience. And that was when we knew that the purpose of establishing the Federal University of Technology, the content was really meaningful. And it benefited a whole lot of us. And if you get to the industries now, most of our graduates at that time were really absorbed. And industry started looking for, once you mention FUTO or any other Federal University of Technology anywhere, they'll say, come. So in industries, we have found ourselves there, not by any other means, but just because of the quality of the education we received at the Federal University of Technology. And that's why we still believe that their sense was really a good one.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mara, you are the Sec-Gen of the Alumni Association.
Lagos chapter.
Lagos chapter. Well, you always come to visit us in October.
Mm.
This is October and you are here again. Can you please tell us why you have come to pay us this visit?
Actually, October is a date we chose because of that period. It's when a lot of people, like, your head is down. It's a period where it's close to the independence, and at that point we want to tell the nation that it is a time we need to think back, think about how society will affect technology and technology affect society. It's actually one of the best courses I passed through FUTO. And we started thinking, you can't pull out the technology if it is not supposed to help society. And it is the society's needs that tells what technology you should come out with, because technology is all about providing solutions to man's needs. And so, like he said, we all saw these hands on. I mean, it was in 200 level I first made paracetamol. It was in 300 level I first made gum. And I can't remember all that again. But I know that if we had the opportunity
You made your own paracetamol.
Yes,
in
did.
200 level.
200 level. And with a 300 level, we made the wood gum. So, but if we had continued with that support all through, I think...
Were you studying medicine or chemistry, and you were able to
Yes.
put together all of these things?
As at that time, too, we were able to extract nicotine from cigarettes and use it for medical purpose. I mean, if that had continued, you can imagine where we would have been today.
So what stops us from being able to develop young people who are able to do this and then look beyond just what is known, but to then get a bit more creative and look at other things that could impact on the health of people and the medication that would help?
Let me extract my answer from his comment. We lost focus in the country. Technologically, we lost focus. There needs to be the artisans, the craftspeople, the ones that will support the engineers from the polytechnics. If those are not there, we have the engineers, people coming out from the school, but where are the people to support? That is where you bring in people from outside who are artisans and technicians. They come in and answer engineer in Nigeria, because there is no support.
Let me help him out a little bit there. Quickly on why we chose the October.
Yes.
The university was established in 1981, and the first set of graduates were actually admitted in October. So that month was really significant in addition to what he has said. And talking about where we lost it, sustainability. You see, the issue with us that we have seen, we react. Okay, you cannot continue to react. We must go back to the basis of planning. When you plan, you sustain the plan. Agree there is no plan that is 100% private, but as you begin to, implement those plans, if you see that there are deviations, things are not working right well, then of course you bring up what you call some of the mitigation plans, you're trying to improve the plan. So we talked about the technical colleges. Where are the technical colleges? We established some institutes like the PTI in Warri. Where is PTI today? They used to have welding. That institute was developed to supply those middle-level manpower into the oil and gas industry. Where is PTI? We have a technical college in Agidingbi here in Lagos. Is that school still functioning? Those are the middle-level manpower that we need. So we need to go back. to begin to, empower those people, make sure that those schools are functioning, so that those level of manpower that we need in the country, we begin to generate them locally. Because one graduate cannot do it all. You need a segment of those individuals to be
So
at the
the
building block.
lecture now will then be focused on both public and private sector,
Yeah,
civic
so-
society, or what is it you're looking to focus on this lecture?
Yeah, what we do, because we do it once every year, we choose a topic that is
Yes.
contemporary, that is meaningful. We'll be hearing of transformation, transformation, transformation. And here we are saying, okay, technology as a pivot for transformation. You cannot transform without technology. And if you remember when I said from the beginning, it starts with us. Have we transformed ourselves as individuals? We must first of all transform ourselves as individuals. Do we have the right attitude? Do we have the right skills? Because if you employ somebody that is not a doctor, he cannot be a doctor.
Full stop.
If you employ somebody that is not a mechanic, he cannot be a mechanic. So first of all, you must transform by having the right skills. And then once you have the right skills and the tools, you apply them effectively. Let me give you, the topic that we had 2 years ago was on environment. And going over, we brought an expert and we're talking about the environmental issues. And at that time, we had the water release from the Oya Dam that flooded some part of Lagos and Ogun State. And we cried out loud. We added our voice to say, okay, people have been crying about these environmental issues. Let's take a look at it. What has happened today? In 2 years' time, the whole place is flooded. But again, what are we doing as a nation? We are reacting. It has not occurred to people that the next rainy season is less than 1 year from now. So if this same thing happens next year, are we going to do the same? That is the question. We cannot continue to react. So we must have a plan, follow the plan consistently. What are those things that we are going to do, and begin to implement it? I mean, it's sad that you drive through a lot of roads. There are no culverts. There are no culverts. So what we want to do with this lecture is to bring a focus on technology, to say you really need this technology in addition to the human knowledge, that you need this technological environment to be able to transform the society. And we have chosen our guest speakers very carefully for this year, particularly. We thank God we are having the GMD of NMPC. We are going to have also people like Slumberger that also be supporting us, because if you really talk about technology application in this country, the oil industry for once are actually at the leading edge. They are the people that don't really shy away from it. They pick it up, they test it, they learn it, they improve on it.
Okay, so where is this lecture taking place this year?
Yeah, we're still using the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs virtual lounge.
Date?
That is 18th of October, Thursday, 18th of October,
Okay.
2012.
And the theme is,
The theme is,
Technology as a
technology
pivot for transformation.
which you
transformation.
have explained, why transformation. If I may ask, you have these lectures every year.
Every
Every
2
2
once
years.
every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Oh, and this is the fourth. So
This
it's
is
been
the
on
fourth.
now for 8 years.
Yes.
Okay. Is the Alumni Association able to fund this on its own? SecGen?
No, not able to fund, but we've been able to get corporate support.
Oh,
And,
there is corporate
yeah,
support.
corporate support, and
Ah.
also the individuals. A lot of our alumni members, like you said, have been very successful in their endeavors. So
Okay.
there is also an aggregation of fund from there. But our biggest supporters have been the corporate, and we will
Well-
talk about that.
Okay. I'm sure that there's never too much money.
Yes, they're
No,
never
no,
too-
So we
it's-
can always
it's-
tell
it's-
those who are watching, if you still want to support Futa alumni,
Please,
Yeah.
we need it. We struggle. You know, it's
Do you have
not.
a
It's not.
website?
Yes, we have a website. You know, it's not easy out there. But really, at this point, I really want to thank those that have really been able to support us corporate-wise over the years. ExxonMobil has stood by us over the years. They've been supporting us. We have Coca-Cola have been supporting us. This year, we have Slumberger is giving us support. In the past, UBA too has come. We have Soulmate Industries and Maquitos, and a lot of us as individuals, because we do mobilize funds too to see how we can make this happen. And this year's zone is not really different. So there's still room for any corporate organization that want to give us any support.
so if they do want to give you any support, what should they do? Do they go to a website? Do they call you, or what do they do?
Yeah, there are contact numbers. We have our website. If you go to the FUTO website, you see the
Okay.
names and the numbers of the national executive.
Okay.
You can pick on any of them and give us a call.
Give us a call.
There will also be an advert on Monday The Guardian, we did one on Tuesday last week. There will be another one on Monday, so they should watch out for it, and there will be contact numbers there as well.
Okay. All right then. So all we can do now is wish you good luck at your lecture, which is holding on Thursday
Yeah.
at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs. FUTO, fourth lecture in the series. It's FUTO Alumni Association, by the way. I beg your pardon. So just for us to thank you, gentlemen, for coming to tell us about this lecture. We had the president, Mr. Andrew Eyarishe, Mr. Bailon Duru, the vice president, and Mr. Collins Okpara, who's the secretary general. Thank you very much for coming, and
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you. Channels is invited as well.
Thank you.
Sunrise will return in just a moment for the home stretch. See you in just a while.